Hi, my name is Eva Marie Lee, and today we will be talking about e-portfolios in the IEP transition process. I am a student at Boise State University, and this is a research proposal. All right, so the first part is the importance of the study. The state of Mississippi in the year 2020 looked at their annual performance rate data and decided that they needed to examine strategies to connect services and supports to higher education and post-secondary opportunities in high school transition processes for students with disabilities. They decided, of course, because transition is only 4 of the 14 indicators for the annual performance rate report, they decided to focus on 3 of them, and those 3 were post-school outcomes, graduation rates, dropout rates. E-portfolios have, in research, demonstrated positive benefits for items such as self-determination, self-advocacy, goal setting, collaboration, among other predictors from EDTECH, and we'll discuss EDTECH in just a moment. All right, so EDTECH is the National Technical Assistance Center on Transition. They, with the help of Mazzotti and several other researchers, analyzed research in the field of special education transition and discovered some proven predictor categories through that research that help provide successful post-school outcomes and success in transition programs overall. So there's evidence also in the literature that e-portfolios offer positive benefits for self-determination, self-advocacy, goal setting, and those are predictors that are directly from EDTECH. And what I would like to do is combine the 2 areas. So through an experimental research study with schools in Mississippi, I would like to fill in the gaps to discover if there is statistically significant connection between the proven benefits of e-portfolio use and proven predictors of success in transition. I would also like to look at teacher perceptions after the study of whether they have improved their outlook on e-portfolio use in relation to those EDTECH research and evidence-based predictors of success that we will be discussing through webinars during the entirety of the study. So the questions that we'll be asking is, when we control for race, location, urban versus rural, and socioeconomic class, how does the school level implementation of e-portfolios within the IEP transition process affect those graduation rates, dropout rates, and post-school outcomes for students with disabilities in Mississippi? And to what extent do teachers perceive e-portfolios as beneficial to EDTECH's research and evidence-based predictors of post-school success? Now, one of the reasons we need to control for those covariates is because we are looking at digital equity and whether digital equity has an effect on the study itself. All right, so the research method we're going to choose it's an experimental study. So we have divided the schools into 2 groups. Our experimental group will be 30 schools. The 30 schools we'll discuss later how we've chosen them, but they will be the e-portfolio group. So through the study, I'm going to be giving webinars on EDTECH's research-based and evidence-based predictors, and to both groups. However, the experimental group will also get information on how to conduct or how to use e-portfolios in the classroom. The second part of the study is a survey. Teachers and students in the experimental group, when they're finished with the year, will complete a Likert survey regarding the use of e-portfolios with EDTECH's research and evidence-based predictors. The study participants, how we're choosing them. So Mississippi special education teachers and their students with disabilities from 30 schools. What we decided to do to choose those schools is to use a stratified random sampling process in which we divide the schools based on socioeconomic status and location, and then we pull from those 2 groups or 4 groups of schools. So for the first question, data is going to be collected through publicly reported annual performance reports given to the Office of Special Education Programs for indicators 1, that's graduation rates, 2, that's dropout rates, and 14, that's post-school outcomes. And for the second question, data will be collected through the survey given to the teachers at the end of the year. All right, so when we analyze the data, the first question, the one that is collected through the experiment, and we would look at the annual performance report data, we're going to be doing an analysis of covariance. And for the second question, data will be analyzed using an independent t-test and a Mann-Whitney test, which are pretty good for surveys using Likert scales. All right, so the limitations of our study. This study is going to be a longitudinal study, so it might have some unpredictable factors. Members of the cohort may not be able to be located a year after graduation to determine post-school outcomes, but that's kind of common when we're doing post-school outcome reporting in special education anyway. The second one is the survey is limited to teacher perceptions based on a scale, and so it doesn't delve into the reasons for those perceptions the way an interview would. All right, so when we look at the study, because we're dealing with special education students, students with disabilities, we really need to look at ethics. So when any study dealing with children, there are potential ethical dilemmas, and this is especially true, so we're going to use every precaution to protect the rights of those students and maintain the anonymity of those students and get parent approval prior to the study. So for the survey, teachers will be informed that participation is voluntary, their data will be anonymous, and results will be made available to participating districts. I've already thought about maybe some next steps after this research, so maybe we could compare our results to other states or countries. We might want to compare teachers' perceptions to the students' perceptions or other stakeholders like vocational rehabilitation, college disability, office counselors, because really that's where the state of Mississippi, when they set this need, that's really where they're going to be looking, so we want to look at those two areas, plus employers and parents. Then we might want to consider a correlational study at some point comparing the post-school outcomes and any predictors that have been noted by those teachers to seem significant according to their perceptions. Thank you for listening to the proposal, and I hope you liked it.